Hello guys, my name is Srinidhi. I'm an educator on Unacademy. I teach English grammar on this platform. You guys can follow my English lessons by downloading the Unacademy learning app on your phone, and you can also check out the YouTube channel. So in today's lesson we're going to learn about subject-verb agreement. So that's what we've been learning since past two lessons. So this lesson will contain more rules about them. I hope this one helps you guys a lot. Thank you so much.
So we know the subject verb agreement is the third lesson. So we've been doing we've been doing this since past two lessons. So let me just give you a recap of all of it. So singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. And then in the first part of subject verb agreement, we saw that when we have two singular subjects connected by either or, neither nor, we take a singular verb. And then when the sentence contains the words like or, either, neither, nor, and we have a singular subject and a plural subject, the verb will agree with the noun or the pronoun which is closest to it. And then we also saw that we use a plural verb with two or more subjects when they are connected by the word and the exception was the compound nouns. And in lesson 2 we saw sometimes the subject is separated from the verb with words like along with, as well as, etc. So we ignore those words and we consider only the subject. So if it is singular, we take a singular verb. If the subject is plural, we take a plural verb. And we also saw that the words or the words inside the parenthesis does not form part of the subject. So the same rule applies: singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. And we also saw that sometimes the sentences might begin with here, there, demonstrative adjectives like that, but in those kind of sentences the subject always is followed by the verb. So we'll have to pay attention. If the subject is singular, the verb will be singular, otherwise it will be plural. Okay, so let's move on to today's rules. All right, so first one is when we're talking about distances, periods of time, sum of money, etc., we use a singular verb because they're considered as a unit. So even in the previous exercise we saw nobody, so we used a singular verb with it because we considered it to be as one unit. So here time, money and distances are considered to be one unit, so that's why we use a singular verb with them. For example, 3 miles is too far to walk. So 3 miles, in spite of it being plural, it's considered to be as one unit, so we take the singular verb. Okay, we cannot say 3 miles are too much to walk. No, 3 miles is too much, too far to walk. Next one, 2000 is a huge sum of money for the poor. So 2000, yes, 2000 you can say 1 rupee singular, 2000 is plural, no, but 2000 is one unit, so that's why it is taking a singular verb. But look at the exception. 2000 notes were scattered all over the floor. Here we talking about 2000 rupee note or something like that, but here 2000 notes, the noun here is 2000 notes, so the verb after it will take the plural verb. I can say glass bottles were scattered all over the place, otherwise it takes a singular verb. Okay, now this is an exception, not a very big mistake that you will have to make. So just when you talk or when you write naturally, it will come to you when you are in the same track as we going, so don't worry about it. Now next one is with words that indicate portions like a lot of, some, all of, etc., we follow the basic rule. What is the basic rule? Singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. The rhymes is never going to change. So a lot of the pie has disappeared. So the portion is a lot of, but we're talking about one single pie. So a lot of pie, the verb is to have. Since it is pie, singular in nature, subject, we take a singular verb. Okay, a lot of pie has disappeared. Look at the next one. A lot of pies have disappeared. So I know the sentence might seem a little bizarre, but I just wanted to show it to you in a very detailed way. A lot of is the portion, but we're talking about the pie, which is plural in nature over here, so it is pies. So verb to have will have to be in the plural form, which is have. Okay, I have, you have, she or he has. So that's why has is, you'll have to make it into plural form. Okay, now moving ahead. with collective nouns such as group, jury, family, etc. So these are collective nouns, right? Family will not have just one person in it. There'll be a group of people. So a pack of wolves. So these are collective nouns. So the verb might be singular or plural depending on the sentence. For example, all of the. So you can either say, so it does not really depend on the sentence, it depends on the person who writes. You have the liberty to choose either a singular noun or a plural noun. You will not be told it is wrong because you're talking about collective nouns and it is your choice to choose between the two. So all the family has arrived or have arrived. I'm absolutely correct in either ways. So I can either use singular or plural verb. It is up to me. Okay. Now, what did we learn today? We learned 3 important rules along with the revision of the previous rules. So that is when we talk about distances, time or sum of money, we consider them to be as 1 unit and we use a singular noun. And then we went with words that indicate portions. We just use the form, we just take the basic rule. Singular subject, singular verb, plural subject, plural verb. Then we moved on to collective nouns. So collective nouns, you have the liberty to choose between a singular verb or a plural verb depending on the writer. But if you're using many sentences which has collective nouns in them, follow either one of them. Don't write, say for example, you're writing a paragraph. The beginning of the sentence, you're using a collective noun and using a singular verb. And then at the end of the para, you're using another collective noun, but do not use a singular verb there. So if you use a singular verb in the beginning, use the singular verb throughout. So stick to one, don't keep changing. All right. Now, oh sorry, we have another one. I'm really sorry. The word were replaces was in sentences that expresses wish. So yes, you might have heard people saying, if I were you, I would have killed you. So it's like whenever it is with the verb wish, you have an exception. You'll have to use a plural verb even if you're talking about a singular subject. For example, if Paul were here, you'd be defeated. So in other ways, we will say if Paul was here. But here, it is a wish. If Paul were here, you would be defeated. If I were you, I wouldn't do it. If I were you, I would keep quiet. Okay? These are the kind of sentences that are a little irregular, but they're very, very beautiful when you use them. Okay? Now, here's an exercise just like usual. Please pause the video, do the test. Answers are in the following slide. And we will do the sentences individually right now. So, all of the pie is gone. So, since all that is a, what is that? It talks about the portion, but the subject is pie, which is singular. So, we use a singular verb. All of the pie is gone. Okay, next one. A third of the people are unemployed. So that means 1/3 of the people are unemployed. So people usually plural nouns, so we use a plural verb. People are unemployed. We will not say people is unemployed. No. I am unemployed. You are unemployed. He or she is unemployed. Whereas people are unemployed. Okay. Now, most of the jury is here or are here. It's your choice. If you want to say most of the jury is here, well and good. If you want to say most of the jury is here, perfect. Both makes complete sense. All right. Next one. I wish it dash Friday. I wish it were Friday. So usually we will say it was Friday, but since it is wish, we use a plural noun. I wish it were Friday. Okay. Next one. 5 years dash the maximum sentence for that offense. 5 years is the maximum sentence for that offense because we're talking about the time period. We consider it to be as one single unit. So we take a singular verb. So that is. Now please pay attention. I'm going to repeat the answers. All of the pie is gone. A third of the people are unemployed. Most of the jury is here or most of the jury are here. I wish it were Friday. 5 years is the maximum sentence for that offense. Okay. So here's a slide that contains all the answers. If you guys have any doubts at all from all the 3 parts of subject verb agreement, please do drop that in the comment section and I shall reply. Now, thank you so much for your time. I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Bye-bye.